So rumors are being on the internet, and that won't stop being talked about, is that Chris Jericho is going to return to WWE. They said that Chris Jericho is out of his AEW contract, and we don't know if he's going to WWE, going to renew his contract, or he's going to return or retire. You feel me? A lot of people want to return to WWE. They want to see in all of these dream matches, right? And I understand. I don't blame you, people. I get it. But think about what I'm saying here, man. Chris Jericho is out of shape. He's probably trying to get in shape. I hope so. I don't know. But I really, in my personal opinion, he needs to go retire. Needs to sit down somewhere and go home. You know, and I don't hate Chris Jericho. I don't know. All I know is that Chris Jericho seems a little dirty behind the scenes, right? Because when he went off on that one fan, right, calling her a bitch, I think he put his hands on her, put his hands on her, right? But besides that, bro, he's funny, he's charismatic, he's entertaining. But let's be real, he's not the Chris Jericho from 2008. This ain't the Chris Jericho from 1999. Let's be honest here. This ain't the WCW Chris Jericho. So let's be honest. He, listen, just to the point in your life where people at a certain age have to sit down and give it up. How many times you got to keep wrestling to hurt your bodies? You feel me? Like, for example, with Goldberg versus The Undertaker. These guys were pretty much the same age Chris Jericho was, right? Now these guys are 60 and Chris Jericho was, what, 56? So, yeah, these guys had the match, and you guys see what happened, where Goldberg picked up The Undertaker and almost broke his fucking neck. Because Goldberg can't really hold The Undertaker up that well. He can't functionally, strongly, mentally hold The Undertaker up like he used to with all these other wrestlers, right? So it's like, dude, why are you guys still trying to go and wrestle? And now, can you imagine if Chris Jericho tried to do the code breaker and broke his neck? Just think about what I'm saying here, man. Imagine if he does that shit and he collapses and breaks his neck. And I think about that shit all the time. And you gotta understand, when you get old and when you're in your 50s, especially in your 50s, your body changes, bro. People start getting cancer. Most people don't make it to 60. There's people who don't make it to 40. There's most people who don't make it to 50. They definitely don't make it to 60. Really? So I want Chris Jericho to please sit down somewhere. Because you saw what happened to Ric Flair. Ric Flair, his old ass, wrestling, what was it, 3 years ago, right? At 73, right? Like, come on. At 73, right? He's out of breath. He's getting slammed. He has to slow down. It's giving him a minute to get back up. It's like, dude, bro, this ain't 1980, bro. You can't do this shit no more. You feel me? And I understand there's some people who love wrestling, who love this industry, who make good ass money. I get it. I'm not hating on that. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about these people and their healths. They need to take care of themselves. You know? I need these wrestlers to understand how their families feel, how their peoples feel, how the fans feel. Feel me? Certain age where you just need to give it up. I would love for nothing more than Chris Jericho to maybe face Roman Reigns or LA Knight. That'd be a good match. Excuse me. You feel me? That'd be a good one. Or maybe Chris Jericho for Seth Rollins, or Chris Jericho versus Braun Breaker. But we all know, like, Braun Breaker's faster than Chris Jericho. Can you imagine Chris Jericho in the ring with Braun Breaker? Dude, he can't catch up with this dude. He can't catch up with Braun Breaker. He really can't, bro. You see how fast Braun Breaker is? Like, literally, in 2 minutes, he could just spare the shit out of Chris Jericho. And Chris Jericho could break his ribs or break his spine. That's how bad it could be. And that's the state that Chris Jericho's in. Now, if Chris Jericho wants to keep wrestling, fine. Go ahead. Go hurt yourself. I'm not here to tell you what to do, but think about what you're doing to yourself. You're hurting yourself, and you're just doing too much. You feel me? You're getting out of shape. And I understand, you're at the age where you're rich, you make a lot of money. You can do whatever you want. You say, hey, I got a lot of money. Let me do me. I've been doing this for 30 years on the road. Let me do what I want to do. You feel me? And I respect that. I get that point. And I'm looking at it at that point. But, dude, it's not the old days no more, dude. This ain't the old days where you can just go out there and have fun. Bro, you're not 25. You're not 30 no more. You have to sit down and take care of yourself. Because it's going to be to the point where you're going to wear an oxygen tank. You're going to have a whole fucking tank on your face. You got to breathe. And you're going to be out of breath. I'm telling you right now, if that gets to that point, it just tells you what I'm trying to tell you guys. Chris Jericho needs to sit down and retire. I'm telling you right now. John Cena's on his way out in December. He understands. He's not even 50 yet. He understands that. You feel me? Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins, they're looking to retire at fucking 45 or 46, which is good. There ain't nothing wrong retiring in your late 40s, goddammit. You feel me? Nothing wrong with that. I think that's a smart decision. Because who the hell wants to keep working until they're 67? They said a retirement age is 67. Does Chris Jericho think, oh, retirement age 67, I could do this shit into my 60s? Like, dude, he has a rock band. He can really make music. You can make music in your 60s and 70s. You know what I'm saying? Chris Jericho can make money outside of wrestling. He can make money out of AEW. He can make money out of WWE. It's not like he ain't ever gonna have no money coming in. You know what I'm saying? He might be on the pension. You never know. But I think Chris Jericho is probably eligible for a pension so he can retire and sit down. You know what I'm saying? Now I understand. You want more money? Go ahead, man. I respect that. You feel me? There's some wrestlers who want to keep going so they can help their kids have money, have investments put up and shit. So it's more than just them wanting to wrestle. It's that bag. Chris Jericho's getting that bag. You feel what I'm saying? So I think Chris Jericho's got some moves going on. You feel me? So, like I said, I just think he needs to retire. And I'm sure he has a lot of money, bro. So if he wants to go back to WWE, go ahead. Go hurt yourself. Because we don't want to see the same shit. Because I don't want to see the same shit that happened to Goldberg, The Undertaker, and Ric Flair when they almost hurt themselves in the ring. Literally. Can you imagine Undertaker broke his neck and he died on TV? Can you just imagine that? He just dies on TV? And we all know Vince McMahon would have paid off Goldberg's situation, whatever. He wouldn't be charged at all. You know what I'm saying? Can you just imagine that shit? And that's the risk. That's the risk these old wrestlers are putting themselves into. And I'm sure Randy Orton understands, like, there's a certain age I have to leave. You feel what I'm saying? And I see Randy still being here until 50-something. You feel me? But let's be real. These guys are on the way to retirement. We're grown now. I'm, 24? Like, I'm not a kid no more. It's not like I'm a kid seeing these guys on TV. No. Like, they're getting old, and I'm grown now. So it's like, you guys got to sit down, man. You niggas need to sit the fuck down, bro. Real talk. Now, if Chris Jericho returns to WWE, I just want him to have one match. One match with AJ Styles. You just make it a retirement match. Alright, just make it for SummerSlam. I don't know, after WrestleMania. I don't know when AJ Styles is retiring. If you want Chris Jericho to return, he should just have a match with AJ Styles, a retirement match, and these two could go off in the sunset together. Feel me? You feel me? They could just run to the sunset together. That's all we have to do. Because at the end of the day, there's nothing for Chris Jericho to do. I don't see him win the world title. I don't see him win the World Rumble. If people say he wins the World Rumble, that's a dumb decision. Why? You feel me? So at the end of the day, Chris Jericho here needs to take care of his body. You feel me? He's trying to get that bag. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, bro, you're going to hurt yourself getting this money. So I would just do the rock band that you're in, play the rock band that you're in, and call it a day.